Hey guys, it's Sean with the Brothers Workshop, and today I've brought old Patches back in the shop because I'm going to be upgrading her lighting system from those old stock bulbs to brand new LED bulbs sent to us from Boslla. They sent them to us so we could figure them out, let you guys know what we think, and show you how we installed them. But before we do that, go ahead and subscribe to our channel so you stay up to date on all the builds that we have pertaining to Patches here. That's the 2014 to 2019 Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. And don't forget to hit us up on Instagram and Facebook at The Brothers Workshop. You might even see one or two pictures of Patches. Today we're going to be installing Boslla LED lights. They're safe and fun apparently. I'm going to go ahead and take a look, see how they go. They're pretty intense. Well, it was getting a little late at the shop, so we decided to hold off until the next day, and it was just too nice not to do this outside. So, the first thing we do is we always chalk our tires. Now, you might not see the chalk in the video here, but rest assured our tires are chalked. We do this for safety because you never know when your brakes might fail and the truck might roll. And we'll be getting on our hands and knees and underneath this thing to work on the fog lights, which are the first thing we're going to do here. The fog lights we received from Boslla are the Bullet Series 5202, and they're pretty dang intense. As you can see, I have to attach what appears to be some type of motherboard or computer that controls the amber lights, the yellow lights, and the yellow flashers, because there's a few different settings on these particular fog lights. We're going to be starting on the driver's side. So underneath the truck, above the valence, and just behind the grill, you'll see what appears to be a white bulb coming out of the grill.
There it goes.
That's where your fog light is. You'll notice two clips, one on top and one on the bottom. You'll have to undo that and you can pull it out. Here in the video, we've already done that. So now we just have to take the light bulb and unplug it from the wire. And that kind of proved to be a little tricky here. But we got it done. These light bulbs are not easy to change, and they could get a little frustrating, so make sure you have time to do it. Next, we're going to be unhooking the light bulb from the wires. This proves a little more tricky, but all it does is pull right out. The new one is going to go in nice and easy. All you do is plug and play. As you guys can see here, it is a tremendous difference over the old stock lighting. And if you don't believe me, I guess seeing really is believing, because right here before your very own eyes, you can just see how bright they are. Moving on up to the high beams and low beams, this is going to be a little more difficult only because there is a cap that you have to twist to access these. There's a cap on the top and the bottom. You just rotate it slightly and they'll pull off. However, getting them on is a different story, and it takes a little bit of maneuvering to get them right into place so you can twist it back on. Right below the top cap, you can see this little plug here. That's the power supply for the lights. Going back, I would absolutely take that off. It's a very easy unplug. All you do is just unplug it, and you can access everything much easier. You'll see in the video here I'm struggling to work around it. It's not fun. Later I realized that thing is easy to take out, and I do it, and everything goes back together correctly and smooth. You can get my hands down there, especially if you're a guy with big hands. The high and low beams are probably the easiest ones to install. Once you unplug the high and lows that are original to the vehicle, you'll just plug these two in. They go in just as easy as the fog lights. And all you do is put the cap back on. There's a little bit of extra wire, but you can tuck that into the housing, and that's no problem at all. The other side of the vehicle is exactly the same with one big exception. Your air intake is in the way. Linked here is a video on how to replace the air filter. In that video you'll see exactly how to take it apart. You'll need to do this to replace the bulbs, and you might even have to take out the actual housing itself. I didn't do that for the sake of this video. It seemed a little more difficult than need be, so I just struggled around having big hands in a small spot. But you don't have to take it completely apart if you don't want to. And for the sake of saving some time, we're not going to get into all that, but it's pretty straightforward. Once you remove the air filter, you'll have to remove a little plastic cover that covers the two caps that you've seen previously on the driver's side. And that's only held into place by 1 or 2 plastic clips. Again, guys, this is not a hard job. It's just very time consuming, and it can be very frustrating, especially when you have large hands and you're working in tight confined places. Just make sure you're doing this in a well-lit area. Take your time, allot enough time to get it done. That way you're not rushing and you don't forget anything. And the toughest part about this is taking the air filter out, which isn't very hard. It just takes a little bit of time. There's Sean coming up behind me there, and you can see my lights. Oh, they're a little more yellow. We're going to show you guys just out here, pulling into this field. You can kind of not really even see my lights anymore. But then if you turn on the high beams, you can see like, not so much, but that's actually Sean's comparison just out there. As I'll turn mine off right now. You can see his. That's with mine out there. Some bright lights there, Bob. Thanks, bro. Alright, guys. Kind of dark out. It was a little dark out, but it's a little dark out right now. You can hardly even see us, but we want to show you guys the lights, the difference, since we have 2 different Silverados here. Maybe you get out there in the sun, Sean, or the light there. You guys see me out here? Yeah, you are. Illuminated. Yeah. Wow. You're just a white dot here. Maybe get in front of my truck so it's not that bright. You're a little more. Now I look a little yellow, huh? Yeah, you look real yellow now. Okay. Sit in the middle, right here. Oh, okay. The peeps will love it. Actually, that's really good lighting right there. Alright, so the struggle's over, guys. Sean's finished putting in the Boslla headlights and fog lights. Now we're illuminated. Yeah, and as you can see, there's probably a clear delineation between the colors. We got an ultra white and more of a amber yellow that are the stock headlights. See these lights right here, check that out. Super bright. Got your ambers right here. What do you think? I noticed a significant difference of you in my rear view mirror, and I filmed a little bit of that for you guys while we were coming back up here to check this out. As behind us, you can clearly see that light. Over here, not so much, because we've got both my fog lights and my low beams on, and his low beams and the fog lights, and it's really illuminating this stuff out here. Hey Dave, what about these standard ones? So your standard ones right here, boom, not throwing much light. Look, I love my truck's headlights. It was a big upgrade. I used to drive a Cobalt, and those headlights were a big upgrade, even stock. That's on another level. Alright Dave, what are we showing these guys? The fog lights, because they have come with extra little opportunity to throw more light or change the light up. And so if you hit the fog light initially, you throw a ton of white light. Turn that thing off and back on, throw a little more amber light, which is closer to the color that's in my truck, that's your stock, but it's still throwing more of that light. Switch it up one more time, and that's like that pure yellow. And that's probably more for effective during storms and stuff like that, snow. But then one more time, you got the construction site. Yeah, you got construction site hazards, which is great if you are a construction worker that does roads. You don't have to throw extra lights into your truck, or if you're, just a guy out working in the fields, keep an eye on where your truck's at. The rest of your crew knows where you're at while you're moving around at night. You don't have to worry too much. So I think that's a cool little feature there. We got sent these lights from the guys over at Boslla, and they were like, hey guys, check these out, test them out, they're the best. And we're like, all right, see what we got. And as you guys can see, they're pretty dang good. So as you guys can see here, on the right hand side, that's gonna be David's truck, Ruby. And on the left here, that's going to be my truck, Patches. And Patches is throwing way more light than Ruby.
Yeah, you can almost not even see it.
Yeah, it's almost washing out the light that David has.
Easily.
So, anyways, the guys over at Boslla, they want us to check it out. They thought that it'd be cool to have a video done by us, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, these are pretty cool. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment. We'll be happy to answer them. If you guys are interested in these lights, you can find them linked in the description below. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Brothers Workshop for all our behind-the-scenes content you can't find here on YouTube. And until next time, what do we say, Dave?
Keep building.
Keep building.